Fantasia's husband shuts down allegations leveled against him by Fantasia's father, so let's get to it.
My name is Kendall Taylor. For those who know, don't know. This is very uncomfortable for me as a man based on who I am. I prefer to be in the shadows. I prefer to let my work, my character, and my heart for the Lord and for people to speak for me. However, when I find myself in an environment where my wife feels compelled to go to war for me, that's a problem. So against my own methodologies and comfortability, I have a duty to cover my wife and my family. Those that know me know I'm very strategic in how I express emotions, express frustration, and anything that requires a response versus a reaction. What I'm not going to do is allow my wife, my queen, to be in an uproar and do something that causes her to step off her throne of class and sophistication and virtue that I adore about her. So here we are. Be clear, I'm in the manhood business. I deal with men. And as a man, if I have an art with you, if I have a problem with you, I reach out to you direct and we could science that out. And so since a man chose to take shots at me regarding my manhood, let's cook. I've been married to my beautiful bride for 11 going on 12 years. Y'all want to know who I am and what I do? Pause. There's a difference, in my opinion, there's a difference between journalism and blogs. When it comes to journalism, there's a certain level of due diligence that has to be exercised before you put information and content out there to people who trust that information. When it comes to blogs, things get dropped and shared immediately without any due diligence. When I met my wife, I was running my own multi-million-dollar company, period. That means her success, her career didn't build me, didn't shape me. That's because I went to Sunoco Leadership Academy, BMW Black Belt Training, Tuck School of Business, Small Business Accelerator, CMEDI Business Initiative, and had a lot of success and a lot of recognition. I'm grateful for those things because I am a justice impacted individual and I had to overcome tremendous adversity and circumstances in order to break a lot of criminogenic mindsets and trauma and behavior that was keeping me living at a lower level than what I was capable of. And I experienced incredible success. However, I wasn't satisfied with that success. And I started going into the prisons and sharing the gift of game and being transparent and vulnerable, helping brothers that are forgotten, giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Then I met my wife. I hope she don't get upset with this, but I'm gonna speak the truth. I asked for the prenup. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just experience love with each other and figure out what this unnatural, natural feeling was that we were exploring, that was just exploding in both of us, that provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You dig? After that time, chaos broke out. The gentleman who is taking the initiative to use her and my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false and fictitious. It's beyond that. Didn't show up to the wedding. Didn't want to speak with me, get to know me. And now that I have 2 daughters and a niece, I would never leave them uncovered in that regard. I even have a young man who has a desire to marry my daughter. And I'm going to make it very clear to him that you want to date the things that you like about her, but you're going to be married to the things that you don't. And making that clear, right? I didn't have that type of conversation. As a matter of fact, there were certain people who didn't show up to the wedding because they were not given permission to perform. My wedding was not going to be a performance. And that's why we got married in secrecy in 2014. And then we redeemed that opportunity to have a wedding in 2015. I can literally count on my hands the number of times that I have met Joseph and spoken with Joseph, who used to call me young guy and OG, even though we had no real relationship. This could have been handled with a phone call, but you chose to take another route. Let's get down to it. It became very clear to me when my wife came to me crying in 2015 that she couldn't buy a pocketbook, that something was going on. So I went through the books and I saw very clear that there was a lot of brown bagging and stealing going on, even though I had no knowledge or education in the music industry. I was lost. I was way outside my comfort zone. But wisdom translates across any industry, ethnicity, nationality, geophysical territory. I knew that if I applied wisdom and I asked God to guide me, he would show me how to cover my wife. And it became very evident that people were stealing from her. At the same time, people were stealing from me. And with tears in our eyes and crying, we made the courageous decision to step out there because we can be broke by ourselves. She said, babe, I'm not going to fail on stage, and I know you're not going to fail in your executive position. And we stepped out there. We built Rock Soul. I've been at every meeting. I've been on every call. I've negotiated every contract. I've been a part of every single thing that has allowed her gift to be in the proper place, because I promised her you will never die broke. You will never die strung out on drugs, and you will not die alone like a lot of the greats out there, because I'm your man. That's me. And I've honored that, and I've exceeded my goals. There were times, man, we didn't have but $200,000 in the account, and we got multiple shows to put on, and we having to borrow money. Where was you at then? When my wife had to go through multiple surgeries and I'm there nursing her and cleaning her wounds, where were you then? When we were trying to blend this family and it was challenging for our kids and ourselves, where was your wisdom then, man of God? That was me praying. That was me anointing my children with oil. That was us having to short sell that house at Seton House because we didn't have enough money to keep it pushing, but we prayed and we fasted and we rented properties over here. You know what a date used to look like with me and my wife? We used to get sandwiches from Jersey Mike's and go sit at the airport and talk about the goodness of God and what's going to come. Where was you then? Newsflash, and I'm going to do this respectfully. You remember the last time we gave you $3,500? Since you want to call my name, homie. She didn't want to give it to you. I compelled her to give it to you. I said, baby, we blessed. And if we hold everything in our hands tight, God can't trust us. It's not about an individual. It's about him exercising his faith in us. I'm the reason you got the money. I'm the reason a lot of people in the family have gotten the money, because I don't hold on to money. You want to ask me what I do? It's my company with my wife. And this is the first year. What is this, 2026? We've been doing this since 2015. This is the first year I drew a paycheck. It's the first year. Do I set the paycheck for myself? No. This is a business. So we have an enrolled agent who establishes what's a reasonable salary. So if I take, anyway, moving forward. Last thing, I got too many young men around the country that I represent. I am the CEO of Salute First and Salute First Global. We are out here changing lives in school systems and prisons. We on track to give out 100 scholarships this year. We doing internships, STEM camps. We got summer camps going in Ohio and get ready to do one in Lori. We doing drone certifications. We bringing in graphic design and technical skills. We got partnerships with community colleges and universities. And you ask me what I do. It's because I don't do this. I don't do this, man, because I have yet to see that I made a post and it translated into impact for my students. I've yet to do a post and it brought me a contract. So I post some things from time to time. But my reward, my likes and my follows come in the lives of those that we impacted. We got programs on over 1 million tablets around the prison system around the country. I am part of the governor's executive team. That's all I'm going to share about that. But I'm part of the governor's executive team. What do? I make impact. I stay humble. I continue to trust God because sometimes I find myself outside of my comfort zone and outside of my realm of understanding. But I know I can do all things through Christ. So I'm not going to continue to let you go out there and talk about I stole some money when I got rid of the people who stole. And let me bow out like this, man. This done went on too long. This ain't even me, and I'm going to have some people upset with me, but that's okay. One thing I make sure of is that when we build something, that beautiful lady I call my wife, she's got the keys. I make sure that when we build something, she's got the keys. Because if something ever happens to me and she doesn't have the keys, I left her in the worst. My bad, I don't know what's going on. I leave her in the worst position that had she ever been my wife. Our master account, she begs me monthly to go over there and put my name on the account. I don't need my name on the account. If I need a code, because we got to send a wire, Tasia has to send the code. Because it's important for her, after all these years, to have control. Steal? I don't have to steal something I helped build, man. But we're not going to let you go out here and get a platform when you don't even know my daughter. You've never met our oldest son, Trey. Zion has testified to that. You're not a part of our lives. That's not because I pushed you out. You know how many times I sat with my wife and told her that I pray that this family can be restored? I'll never stand in the way of it. I want to talk about it? Rico, you know I've never stood in the way. Teeny, you know, I've never stood in the way. Zaby, have I not treated y'all like brothers the entire time? Though I know lies were spread on me. Though I know people talked about me, have I not treated you like a brother every single time you've been in my presence? It's got to stop. If you upset, pick up the phone, make a phone call, but y'all don't talk. It's unfortunate. I'm only doing this because when I see my wife going outside the boundaries of her sophistication, making a post, I have to step out there. I can't sit in the back and just watch. She's really hard to build a reputation. If you got a problem with me, call me. We could talk about it like men instead of taking this feminine route. That's a feminine move. That's feminine energy, and we're men. And since you went out there like a man, you trying to discredit me like I have low integrity, I have no honor or no ethics about myself. I'm coming and speaking like a man saying, you don't know me. You haven't gotten time. You haven't taken time to take a chance. Do you know how incredible of a son-in-law you would have? That I would do anything within my power to see that you're doing good like I would with Diane and my mama. Don't question my integrity. And for all of y'all who run real quick and thumbing something and sharing something, do your research, because otherwise you being lied to even greater than I'm being lied about. But my reputation, man, I've worked too hard, man. I've overcome too much, man. And I've suffered and sacrificed too much for you to just hop on live and feel some type of way. Who did you talk to that said I was stealing money? We still waiting. You won't find nobody. There is nobody. Who said I took? Oh, last thing. I'm tired of people not giving my wife the credit. She runs Rock Soul. We don't move, we don't book, we don't confirm anything that she doesn't desire. Nobody, period. In the same breath, we don't release, fire, or change somebody that she doesn't desire to have removed a place. I don't fire nobody. Nobody's gotten a termination letter from me. I'm not the CEO of Rock Soul. I'm the president. We follow her when it comes to Rock Soul. They follow me when it comes to Salute. So give her the credit and understanding that she can make smart business decisions, that she's got intuition, that she's clever, that she's got a business head on herself, and stop taking ownership, because what you do every time you say I do something, you discredit her growth and her achievements as a boss. You could have called me. Stop all of this. You stop, she stop. Y'all don't talk no other time. So let's not use this platform so they can make a mockery of it. This ain't Black history. This ain't character. This ain't kingly. And none of this is of Christ. I hope I haven't said anything to offend you. I hope I haven't said anything that I have to repent for. And I damn sure ain't said nothing that ain't true. So you want to know who I am? This is who I am. And I prefer to go back to the shadows, but I'm not going to be looking over my head when I'm walking around the arena at the shows and I'm walking in the meetings with people looking at me sideways. Nah, you haven't earned that right to discredit or question my integrity, because I built myself before I even knew you or my wife existed. And I'm going to maintain my character as long as God gives me an opportunity, because I answer to him. I don't answer to you, and I never bow my head before no man but Christ my Lord. So I ain't going to bow before you now. I forgive you. I forgive you. And if I've done anything that makes you feel a certain way, find it in your heart to forgive me, since we talking that God talk. We all trying to figure it out here. But let's do it in love. Let's do it in privacy, and let's do it with integrity. This is messy. And I don't like this feminine energy. It stops now. Salute.